Now let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino. Is everybody done with the freezing rain now?
Not everybody, but we are here in the Portland area. We made it up to 40 degrees today, Pat, so that's good. That's very slow progress. I know a lot of side streets, a lot of neighborhood streets still have a lot of snow and ice on them, which will probably refreeze overnight tonight. So I realize that that's still out there and people have to deal with that. But as far as new precipitation coming down and being freezing rain or snow or sleet, we are done with that. But look at Hood River. They only topped out at 30 degrees today. And that's where the problem will be with new precipitation is out in the gorge because temperatures there are well below freezing. We are mainly above freezing, although Westland's 32. Happy Valley is 29. I got a viewer email question on that one. It's like, why is Happy Valley colder? Well, it's an elevated valley. It's up at about 1,000 feet, but it's still a basin. So the cold air likes to leave basins like that. And the fact that you have a little bit of elevation is making you slightly colder in Happy Valley. That is usually the case. Boring's at 32 as well. But look at the gorge, 23 in Parkdale, 26 in Underwood, 28 in Hood River. So when the precipitation does come in, and there's really no mechanism to scour out this cold air yet. We're not seeing a big switch in our air mass, getting a warm Pacific flow from the south or west. So the Arctic air that's in place, while it's not being reinforced by new Arctic air coming in, it's just sitting there and slowly getting eroded away, kind of like the snow and the ice on your road. A lot like that. It just takes time for it to melt away. So this is where we think we're going to see more freezing rain starting later tomorrow afternoon and overnight tomorrow night with as much as about 0.2 of an inch in Parkdale, maybe the same in Hood River, out towards Lisle and the Dalles, 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of additional icing. That's where the problem will be, Pat.
That does not look good. All right, and for those of us in the greater metro area, how long until we thaw out?
Yeah, it's a slow process for us, as a matter of fact. We're going to see a little bit of refreezing overnight tonight, but we'll reach the 40s again tomorrow. So slow, gradual thawing, a lot like this, a lot like a frozen turkey. So let's do the frozen turkey analogy, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is Portland, one big frozen turkey. Okay, that's where we are right now. And a frozen turkey in your refrigerator, and that's about where our temperatures are. Refrigerator temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, so that's a fairly good analogy, actually. It takes about a day for every 4 or 5 pounds of frozen bird, that you have in your refrigerator. So Portland is basically like a 10 or 12 pound turkey. It's going to take us 2 or 3 days to completely thaw out. I mean,
he's a meteorologist, folks, and a culinary expert on turkeys and thawing. All right, so
it's still science.
And then the 40s and 50s next week, right?
Yeah, I think we'll see 50 degrees probably Tuesday for the first time. And it's amazing because we're going to go back, Pat, to a much warmer weather pattern, kind of like similar to what we had in December. Not exactly the same, but above average temperatures. We should be in the 50s. The average right now for a high is 48, for a low is 36. And we've barely been making the average low for our high temperature. We've been topping out in the 30s. Today's the first time we hit 40 since last Friday. So yeah, by next week, the snow and the ice will be long gone. Hopefully everybody has their power on soon before that. We'll get there. It's just a slow, painful process right now, kind of like thawing a turkey in your fridge.
And one other thing, Matt, I know that February is also famous for snow and ice storms around here.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
So it's interesting you brought that up because Portland's all-time coldest temperature ever happened in February. Early February, we hit -3. I think it was on the 2nd, so on Groundhog Day, interestingly enough. So we still have the potential for going back to cold and snowy weather. I'm not seeing any indication of that happening over the next, say, 10 to 18 days. Beyond that, you never know, could happen again. But I think in an El Nino year like this, hopefully this was our one shot because we basically had a month's worth of winter in a week. I mean, think about the Cascades. Very low snowpack up until about 8 or 9 days ago, and now we're pretty much back to average.
Wow. Okay, great. Thank you, Matt. Always love your explanations.